Hey kids, it's Dad here. This is by request of one of my daughters because I think she's terrified of the breaker box. That thing. Don't be. All it is a bunch of switches. Let me show you. Here's the breaker box. Again, nothing to be afraid of. Touch all you want. When the cover's on, everything's safe. All these are switches. They also have overload protection and they have a number on them, so that one says 20, so that's 20 amps. That one's 15 amps, but that's a double pole, which is 240 volt or nominally 250 volt. Some people call it 230 volt. That's all fine. It's just nominal voltage. So most of your outlets are single. These regular outlets, 20 amp, 20. Most of them have a sign up here with what breaker number goes to what. And sometimes this is not correct. My pole pump, that is a 120 or 125 volt single pole, but it's a 30 amp. It's a big sucker because it's 2 horsepower. So again, it's a switch. See, on off. So if the pump's running, it's on. If you want to turn it off, that's it. It's just a switch. Turn it off. But like I said, some of these are not right. So what I started doing in my spare time, is I would go through and flip off one breaker and see which outlets, which lights it controls, and then I started writing them down. So I'm not finished yet, and that way I'll know what is what. So you're going to see numbers 1, 3, 5, 7. So all the odd numbers are on this side, all the even numbers are on this side. Each one of these spaces are for a single 120 volt outlet. So the even are on this side. Again, hard to see, but if you look there, they're stamped in there. Evens are on this side, odds are on this side. But like this one says, air conditioner. That's both number 1 and number 3 slot. Well, there it is. It's one breaker, but it's across both poles. So it's pulling 120 volts off of each of the poles. And that way it's a total of 240 volt for a total of 40 amp. And that's why that number right there on the end says 40. So all of these are on. That one. Look, and mine are Square D QOs, and they have the red flags. It'll give you a red flag. See that? Red flag when it trips and it goes to the middle position. And you can go, look, 2, 4, 6, 8. And these are piggybacks, so that's still one slot. So you go over here. 2, 4, 6, 8 kitchen receptacle. Yep, that's the one that tripped. So all you gotta do is turn it off. The red flag goes away. See, red flag's away, and then turn it back on. Now you got power again. This one is a GFCI breaker. So all the outlets around the whole outside of the house are tied into that one. So that is a GFCI, and you can trip it right there by hitting that button and then resetting it. So I'm not encouraging you to take your panel box off the cover. But if it is off, what I want to show you is what not to touch. Do not touch anything metal, especially these up here. These are your live circuits coming in from the electricity company. So that's 120 volt. That's 120 volt. That's neutral or ground. And these are called buses. That's 120 volt. If I grab power across both of these, that's 240 volt. But again, do not touch anything metal. Don't touch there. Don't touch there. Don't touch these screws unless you have the breaker off like that. Conversely, what can you touch? You can touch all the plastic. See? And you can turn this breaker back on. When you come out here to the air conditioner, and something's wrong with it or it's squealing, don't be afraid of this. This is literally just a switch. See? Just a switch. It looks like a breaker, but it's just a switch, and you flick it off. So that's it, kids. Breaker box. Easy, don't be afraid. And when you figure it out on your side, what do you say? I won, Dad. I won.